with the dedication and all that shit.
I'm gonna say this: Larry Holmes.
Too slow.
Larry Holmes beats everybody on that list in their prime. If they prime for prime, he beat everybody on that list. Lennox Lewis,
I don't know about Lennox.
Mike Tyson.
I don't know about Lennox. I don't know about Lennox. Holyfield, yes. I don't know about Holyfield.
I would say Holyfield would have the best chance because of his
heart.
He got
the best chance.
Because of the heart. Because of the heart. He's not.
Lennox Lewis got hurt too, though. He got hurt.
You'll beat it out of him, though. You'll beat it out of him, though.
Correct.
And furthermore, he's too slow. Like these niggas. These some robot type style. This nigga, that's what I'm saying. Larry Holmes is from the Ali state. Like these niggas are big, faster guys. Like these niggas too fucking slow.
Yes.
You think he gonna drop that right hand on Larry Holmes? They be doing all them to everybody else. Yeah, Liz Lewis. They do to everybody else. That slow ass uppercut. You think he gonna do that on Larry
Holmes? Hold it. He was not that slow. Nah, come on. He wasn't that slow.
Compared to Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes faster. Yes, he is faster. Yes. But he ain't that slow as you put it.
No. I'm just talking about
slow in comparison to Mike Tyson. He's slow in comparison to Larry Holmes.
I agree.
Okay, like I'm saying, I just did from the 1980s to present. And the reason is not because of him, because it's competition. He fought some stinkers too.
They all do.
They do.
Right. I'm not. It's the reason it ain't many. It's only one heavyweight. I guess Marciano, if that's what you want to. But it's only one heavyweight undefeated fighter. There's a reason heavyweights don't go undefeated, bro. There is a reason.
It's almost impossible. There's a great reason. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Absolutely. But I'm just stating why I put Larry Holmes number 5. It ain't because his skills and all like that. I think he whacked. I say his career is unappreciated. I did say that, right?
Way.
Yeah, and then you disrespected him on the next thing and said put him at number 5. Says it's a career unappreciated, but he's number 5.
It's very unappreciated. Yes, I said.
How is Riddick Bowe better than Larry Holmes?
Tell me how.
In what fast?
I'm looking at Riddick Bowe's competition at that period.
3 years? That period. What, in 3 years from 90 to 93?
No, for like 93 to like 92 actually. In the 90s, 92. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Holmes was a champ for 7 years.
Huh?
Larry Holmes was a champ for 7 years. 5 of the ones you talking about in the 80s. 5 of them in the 80s.
I know that.
He was a contender for 6 more years before that.
I'm just looking. No, I know he was a champion 7 straight years. I get that. The title defenses, I get that.
I think Riddick Bowe was a champion for 2 years, or what, like a fight or two. He had like two fights as a champ.
He gave it up. Remember, he gave it up.
Yeah, he go in the garbage because he want to fight Lennox. I get it.
Right. And you know why he don't want to fight him, right?
He been in the Olympics. I got it.
Exactly.
But I mean, people grow from the Olympics to now to professional. Let's get that on the table.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm just saying you put both of them guys in front of Larry Holmes, and I just think that's kind of disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. Based off skill. Just based off skill. No, just based off skill.
If it's based off skills, yes, he'd be higher. I agree with that. But I'm basing all together. Like the state of boxing, what you've done, the competition, all those things in the criteria. That's what I based it off. I'm not basing it just skills. It was just skills. Larry Holmes number 2 and number 1. Based on skills. You absolutely right on that. He's faster, he got good movement, all that stuff. Even Larry Holmes will tell you he learned that from Ali. That was his mentor.
Yeah.
Of course he gonna have the Ali traits and all that stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on that. But I put him number 5 because the competition and things like that from the 1980s to the present.
I think you're devaluing when you say because of the competition. I think you kind of devaluing who Larry Holmes fought though too, bro. Like he didn't fight like a bunch of tomato cans. Like he fought some. He fought some tomato cans.
I know who Dollar about to say too.
Tomato cans, bro.
We gonna say Dollar Mike Weaver. I know you gonna say him.
Dude,
Mike Weaver.
You talking about Larry Holmes?
Man's, right?
No. I mean, like I said, they all fight to get to the top. You got to fight some tomato cans. I don't even want to talk about Mike Tyson's career and all that stuff. You know, you can.
I know.
You can talk about You can talk about you can talk about Mike Tyson's 1985 year, the year of 1985, and watch all the people and name the names that he beat in 1985. And you tell me, are those tomato cans or not?
I'm not answering that question.
You tell me a name he beat in 1985.
I know where he going. I know where he going with that shit.
He right.
I know where he going with this shit.
He knocking them bugs to the dirt.
I be at this nigga crib and shit when I was living there. I be at this nigga crib, man. Look at this shit. 16-8, 9-8.
They records be horrible. They be having winning records. Their records be horrible. These dudes, he's knocking these dudes into the dirt. These bums. Knocking these bums out.
Hey, okay. He fought the son of a legend.
Marvis Frazier. You talking about Marvis Frazier?
Yeah.
So y'all saying Mike Tyson ain't never beat nobody?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I'm saying
Don't get him started with that shit. Don't get him started with this shit.
I'm saying Mike Tyson lost all big fights.
I'm saying the people
big facts. Hey, that's a fact.
But
he
did beat Roy Jones Jr.
He did. At 53 years old.
But like I was saying, he beat Michael Spinks. Michael Spinks beat Larry Holmes, right?
Not to me. I mean, I think that's some other stuff.
I know that, but still,
yeah, no.
They must have Larry Holmes being champion, bro.
Michael Spinks is a bum. I'm not a Michael Spinks fan at all.
I'm not a big Michael Spinks fan.
Yeah, I think Michael Spinks is a bum.
He ain't.
I think I want to do
Michael. He ain't Mike Tyson.
I think I'm gonna do a one-on-one.
He ain't Mike Tyson, Michael Dope, and he ain't Michael Spinks.
You should, Life. You should.
Wait, Life, you say what?
I'm gonna do a personal video and break down what y'all just talked about with Mike Tyson's opponents' records.
Man, that's a
yes. That's real good. Matter of fact, just do 1985. You can just do that 1 year. Just do 1985.
Ooh, that's shit.
He was up and coming.
With the music and the drama in the background, was Mike Tyson really as good as we thought?
Yes. Is Mike Tyson really that good? Yes.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair. Because 85, he just turned professional. That's not fair, man. That's not fair.
He won the championship in 86. I mean, you know, you gotta get.
I'm 85 though.
What I'm saying is he's gonna do a video to show him going up the ranks, so you can see the people that he fought to get to the top, and you're gonna see them records. You're gonna see that 9-17 and them kind of records, them losing records. And these niggas gonna look like Sylvester Stallone in 76 with them big stashes like this. These are some real over the top tomato cans. Like they arm wrestlers. Like they're not even boxers. Like they arm wrestlers over the top.
Like if you see this, we don't mean no harm.
Well, no. I ain't tripping. I mean, he's still a great fighter. I mean,
he's coming for all three of y'all.
Coming for all three of us, bro.
No, I love Mike Tyson. No, I love Mike Tyson.
No, you don't. Stop lying. No,
man, we all love Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I do love Mike Tyson.
Not you.
We just honest.
Bro. He don't. Dollar
we
don't.
Honest.
He's lying, dog.
You always comparing them to Ali. You always comparing them to Ali.
No.
You know how that thing goes.
Blasphemous. That's blasphemous. I would never do that. I would never compare him to Ali.
Never. He's not Ali.
No, yeah, but
never. I never say that. He would tell you that he's not Ali. Tyson would tell you that.
Right.
I would never do that.
That's where I be coming from.
Right though. Right.
I like Mike Tyson though, man.
I would never do that.
I love Mike Tyson.
I finally see the point what Walt Dollar is talking about with the comparison of Mike Tyson and Ali, because Ali beat real champions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
For sure. Yes. Real champions.
He did.
When they was the champion too. Not when they were bums.
I'm
at the best.
Tyson will watch Holyfield today. He'll watch.
Look. And Tyson beat Larry
I agree.
Holmes.
Yes. I agree with you, Carl. Tyson will smash Holyfield today.
He'll watch him, bro.
He'll watch him.
Look.
In the dirt.
Okay, Tyson beat Larry Holmes, right?
Yes.
All right.
And you better not say he was old because he beat Ray Mercer in 92. You better not say that too.
I don't have to say that. But you already know.
Well, we are 25 years later with Holmes at that point too. So
he know that. He know that.
No, I'm saying he beat Larry Holmes, right? He beat him at 88?
88 when he had that high top. I'm not saying no Larry Holmes fights when he had that high top. All the ones I'm saying Larry Holmes fights when he didn't have the high top.
He was only fighting because they didn't pay the fighters the way they should have.
Exactly.
And he
only had 7 weeks to even train for the fight.
That's it. That's all you got, Larry.
What's the difference between that and people get too weak notice of fights? What's the difference?
Because he's 38 years old. He's not in shape. He's not really fighting like that. If you fighting all the time, yes, 2 weeks ain't nothing. If you ain't fought in 2 years, 2 weeks is I'm dead. Yeah,
I'm dead.
You can't do that. Yeah, I'm dead. You ain't fought in 2 years. What was Larry E? What was Larry Holmes' fight before he fought Mike Tyson? What fight did he fight?
Was it Michael Spinks?
Yes, the second one, 1986, correct.
Yes.
How long is that?
2 years.
Exactly. And how old was he? And you say you don't want to hear about the age. That don't matter. Off a 2 year layoff. Off the 2
or the
year
layoff or whatever.
Mike Tyson fought,
like I know he wasn't on 38. He was like in the 30s.
Y'all about to make me Google some shit now because I can't remember how old he was.
Google
Hold on, let me look it up.
I ain't gotta Google it. Google it. Let me know.
I'm about to.
And Mike Tyson had fought, I think, 3 months before he fought Larry Holmes. So he was definitely in shape.
Hold up. I'm looking at it right now. Y'all go ahead and continue.
In 87, he fought the dude with the Jerry curl.
Tony Tucker?
Yeah.
No, Mitch Green.
And Tony Tucker.
Okay.
Oh, you talk. Yeah, and Tony Tucker. Yeah, Tony Tucker. Tony Tucker beat Buster Douglas for that belt the first time. For the IBF, I think.
Okay.
Let the record reflect. Larry Holmes was born in 1949. Let the record reflect that. That is 1949. Hold on.
So he was like 38.
And 88.
How old was he?
He was 39.
Oh, even older. Even older.
Right. You got even older.
So almost a 40 ball.
What date he was born? Not date. What's the date he was born? What's the date?
He was born in 49 doing better.
Hey, hold on. All right. Okay. If either I'm right or Walt is right.
You
I'm right or Walt is right, but he was born November 3rd. He was born November 3rd.
You so petty.
He fought June 88.
All right, so he was 38.
No, he did. They did fight June 88. They fought June 88. He was 38. He was 38.
How old did I say he was?
38.
Yeah, 38.
That's what I said.
That's what he said.
He hadn't fought since 1986.
And he did not.
And Tyson fought 3 months before he did. Yep, that's what I said.
That's a big fucking problem.
Yeah, exactly. He told me, and don't say nothing about his age. They ain't got nothing to do with it.
They say Trevor.
It's about who was in front of you.
Okay.
Wait.
Life. What you saying? Life.
Trevor.
Speaking of people who's old,
Trevor.
Did Ali win the championship at 38? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Mike Tyson.
So what they got to do with Larry? What they got to do with Larry Holmes?
No, you act like it's so fucking impossible.
No,
it's so impossible.
No. I mean, no. I'm not saying that's impossible. Let's just use that scenario. Ali did win the championship at 38, but he did fight 7 months before. He wasn't off a 2-year layoff, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
He had just lost to Leon Spinks. Yeah. The person he did fight had only had 7 victories, correct? Or 8 at that point, right? Yeah. So that's different. Like he's kind of like a bum, right?
Yeah,
right.
Kind of.
All right. Yeah. All right. So in Larry Holmes' case, he was 38. He hadn't fought in 2 years. He wasn't fighting a guy that only fought 7 fights, like Leon Spinks.
Right.
And the other guy that they did fight, he had fought 3 months before he fought that fight. So he's in good shape, like real good shape, fighting shape.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I have to agree.
That's all I'm saying. Like this, I'm just talking only the facts. Only the facts. Only the facts.
I know it's killing the narrative. It's killing the narrative.
It's messing it up.
Really
I know.
Is. But it's true.
It's true. But Mike Tyson, it's true. And
it's true.
The only reason Larry really did it is because Don King came with that $500,000 in the briefcase and gave him the bread. You can't walk away from that. Yes, he's gonna take the fight. He ain't got no choice. Yeah. He got $500,000, and Don King need a fighter in there. He don't care. He just needed a body, basically.
And it's even better if it's a legend.
Exactly. It's even more.
Yeah.
It's easier to sell.
Stop right there. Stop right there. You say he beat a legend, right?
Yes. Larry Holmes is a legend.
Yes.
So y'all go dismiss that, right?
Don't forget that. Hold up. You got him
that?
at the bottom. You got him under Riddick Bowe, under Lennox Lewis.
Yes. So disrespectful. So disrespectful.
Lennox Lewis beat Lennox Lewis. No, let me tell you, Lennox Lewis beat. He beat Evander Holyfield twice. He beat Mike Tyson too. He beat who else he beat? Give me some more. He fight George Foreman.
Guys. I think he beat Vladimir Klitschko. I think he beat Klitschko.
He fought Boxer Klitschko.
Yeah.
Vitaly, yeah.
Vitaly, whatever his name is. Yeah.
You know what he meant, man. You know what he meant. Stop playing around, man. You know what he meant.
We speaking on Fast Road, right?
Yeah.
Vitaly. He beat Vitaly. You right. It was Vitaly.
He beating legend after legend after legend.
I mean,
he didn't fight Riddick Bowe except the Olympics. Huh?
I'm not disagreeing. I mean, Lennox Lewis can possibly be better than possible. I mean, that just sounds crazy even saying, but
why that's crazy? Why that's crazy? He was undisputed too, right? Why that's crazy?
Because of skill wise, skill. I think if they fought, I think Larry Holmes would win. I do in their prime.
And Manny Stewart, his trainer.
Yes. Yeah, I think Larry Holmes.
Man, I don't know about that. That's something we don't know about. I don't know about that because
it's too slow.
It's too slow. If we talk about with the Lennox Lewis when he had the flat top, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Larry Holmes dominate him. But I think when he had the dreads and shit like that, I don't know.
Okay, let me ask you this, E. What do you call Lennox Lewis prime? Let's go there.
What year is that? What years is that?
That's 92, 91, 92.
That's Lennox Lewis prime?
Yeah,
Lennox Lewis.
Yes, that's his prime, right?
You just said
Larry Holmes definitely beats him.
I got some Larry Holmes prime, right?
No, Lennox Lewis. Go ahead, Life. What you say?
I got some very important information here.
Okay.
Lennox Lewis lost to Oliver McCall.
Yes.
Yes.
He got knocked out, right, in the second round.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. He got knocked out with Oliver McCall.
Larry
and
Holmes,
he lost to Rockmine too.
His career,
he got 2 losses.
In Larry Holmes' career, he fought 75 fights and only lost 6. In the year after Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall, Larry Holmes lost to Oliver McCall in a decision, though. He went 12 rounds with him.
Probably was robbed. Now I'm going to watch that fight today.
I'm with you.
Larry Holmes was an old man by that time. He was an old man in 1995.
No. And
bro, he was old as hell.
And he fought all the way to 2002.
Larry Holmes really impressed me. I mean, not with the skills and all that. His biggest victory to me, we beat Ray Mercer. That's his biggest victory
that's
to
not
me.
His biggest victory to me. Okay, so that's where we differ. Yeah, that's not his biggest victory to me.
That's
very different.
That's probably one of the least ones, bro.
Not at all. Not at all. The reason why, because y'all saying it, he's an old man, right? He's an old man. You know what I'm saying? People didn't give him a chance, and he overcame the odds.
He beat him with his mind.
That makes it significant.
Yeah, but his greatest fight of all time.
No,
I said not his best fight. I'm not saying that. His biggest victory because of those stake. The stake was so low for him, and he overchanged people's minds. That's a perseverance thing. That's a great thing to do.
I think it's a great thing to do. It is a great thing to do, but his greatest fight is with Ken Norton when he won the belt.
Yes, bro.
Hands
and I'm
down.
not disputing that. You're absolutely right.
And even then, he was a 6-1 underdog. He wasn't even supposed to win. He was not the favorite. Yeah, he was not the favorite to win. Yes, he was supposed to lose, and they went 15 rounds. Let's just keep that. And they went 15.
It was a nail biter.
It looked like they could have did more.
And they said the judges say it was even at 14. Like he had to win the last round to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tremendous opposition.
And I agree with that. What I tell you?
My favorite fight of all time, bro.
Me too.
What I tell him about that fight? I told you that is and I hate Ken Norton, but still,
it wasn't because I love Ken Norton. It was because of the fight itself.
It was a great fight. Yeah.
It was a great. It was a great fight. It was a great fight, and I admit to that. I admit to you on that. That was a great top 3 whatever fights of all time.
It's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But hold on, just to pick it back off what we was talking about earlier. I mean, I know we probably live, but we was talking about the trainers. Oliver McCall is Manny Stewart too. That's another guy that would never be absolutely nothing without Emmanuel Stewart.
No,
like you would never know Oliver McCall, and he kind of crazy a little bit too. But yeah,
who's Oliver McCall's tomorrow partner?
I don't know. Who's his sparring partner?
Don't you front like that? You know who it is.
You got me. You got me. Who's his
Mike Tyson
partner?
is.
Oh,
Mike Tyson's sparring partner.
Well,
he is.
Man, everybody's sparring with everybody, man. Come on, man. Like,
he was. Is I wrong? Is I wrong on that?
No, you're not wrong about that. I didn't know that's where you was going. Yeah,
that sound realistic.
Yeah. Oh, Oliver McCall knocked him down, right? When it was Buster Douglas fight, right?
Yes. With the Buster Douglas fight.
He just brought it up to make me remember that Oliver McCall is who knocked him down in practice before the Buster Douglas fight.
Yes,
to show him that he was a bum.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Is Oliver McCall better than Mike Tyson?
No.
Oliver McCall. He knocked him down in sparring, though, right? But he didn't knock him down in sparring, though, right?
I mean, people get dropped all the time, man. That's nothing. But look, I said this. This is what I said. Mike Tyson didn't take Buster Douglas seriously on that training session, period. Even Bobby Brown told you that. He was just...
You want to go off what Bobby Brown said? You want us to go off what Bobby Brown said? Even Bobby Brown said it?
No, that's a fact.
But you said like, I mean, even Bobby Brown said it?
Basically, the Buster Douglas fight in Japan and shit, and they was clubbing and getting high and all that shit. And he was like, Mike Tyson didn't train for that fight for like 2 weeks or whatever. It took him 2 weeks or 1.5 weeks to train for that fight. That's why he
Let me say this today. I believe the first part of your story, they were out, they were partying, they were getting high. The second part of your story coming from Bobby Brown will be questionable for me because I'm not even sure he remembered that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's very questionable. Yes, very questionable.
So, the first part of that story, I'm believing.
I'm just saying when he said on Oprah. He's saying on Oprah and shit. He told
Bobby
Oprah
Brown.
that shit. So
The Bobby Brown. It's Bobby Brown.
Life. What do you think about Mike Tyson? Do you think he was a top fighter of all time? Is he on that list? Top 5?
I think he is with custom model.
Thank you, JR. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, I think with custom model he is. I mean, you can't deny the hand speed. I think he has the fastest hands maybe in the history of any fighter ever.
But for the Undisputed crowd, you are going to do that video of a 1985 review of his opponents.
I'm gonna have to be honest. I'm gonna have to be.
You gotta be honest though.
I gotta go through everybody record. And we hold on. You say your spill. We're gonna. Matter of fact, this is gonna be a whole series. Let's just do it right now. We can do a whole series of legacy of who we think is the truth and why. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel about Mike Tyson when he do that 1985 review of his opponents just in that year. And we want to go off their record.
Piggyback off that.
Yep,
I feel like piggyback off what life does.
Yeah.
When you up and coming, of course you're gonna fight tomato cans and bums.
No. We want to look at them records.
Yeah.
Men lie, women lie. We want to look at them records.
Yeah.
Who we fighting? We looking at them records and you already know. You seen them records. You already know. That's why you don't want to do it. Because you already know what life's gonna find. What he's gonna see. He gonna see them cowboys with the mustaches in the 80s. Yep. He gonna see them knocking into the dirt.
They was fighting in cowboy boots.
Yep. He gonna see them cowboys with mustaches. Yeah, boy.
I think he was dynamic and exciting. I think what people saw was real. I think his mental state, that's a real thing. Women is a real thing in terms of like Robin Givens, they will throw you off.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, just his he's a bulldog.
Hold it. Like before you go on, hold it. Dollar. Remember when I said that to you? And you was like, you use dancing skills? Remember that? Now you just said you agree with it.
I do agree with it wholeheartedly, but you're the heavyweight champion. That's your fault. If you can't get yourself together. You got the most money in the world. That's your fault. But I'm saying this to say this, though, in terms of Tyson, I agree with that. I mean, I'm glad I was born in the Tyson era. He gave us the Ali for our era. I remember what it was like when a Tyson fight was coming on. It was like a big deal, like an event. Yeah. So I give him that in terms of the excitement. But in terms of skills, in terms of in the square circle, toe to toe, in 1985. I don't know if you call that carrying somebody or not, but when you want to see them records,
19 years old. But go ahead.
19 years old. 19. We gonna do all our favorite fighters. We're gonna do Ali. We're gonna do them all. But you're gonna see their records. You're gonna see a discrepancy in the record. I promise you. In 1985, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So Ali didn't fight tomato cans before he fought Liston?
Not to this capacity. Yeah, all of them do. Not to this capacity.
Let's come to a consistency. Building up, when you're building up a fighter, they all have a certain level of tomato cans that they fight. That's just part of building up a fighter and giving them confidence and working on different things. So I get that. But then there's the records that you start counting. And when you start counting them boys, people be counting Mike like from like Walt said, 85. In 85, he wasn't just knocking guys out like that. He wasn't beating guys that you thought he had a problem with. When he got to guys that you thought he would have a problem with, he lost after loss after loss. That's
correct. Exactly. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And
yes.
He did lose to Holyfield twice and all that shit. I always tell him that.
You don't got to skim over it like that. You don't got to skim over it like that. Like it ain't nothing. He did lose to Holyfield twice. It ain't really nothing like that. No, it is something. It was a big fight. Everybody was
like Holyfield, not a legend though.
Not only did he lose,
he's like a bum ass nigga though.
No,
I'm not saying that.
But not only that, but that's what we saying. Like
when
competition hit, when competition hit, Mike didn't stand up to that for whatever reason. Jail, whatever.
Like I said, I told Dollar this. I told him, I said this. I was like at 85, 6, whatever, 290. He would beat anybody. Bring him on.
I'm going to say from 86 to 88, he would have beat whoever. That's what I'm going to say.
Whoever. Or no, I said the 90. Before, if he put the dedication there, and still had Kevin Rooney and all that, he would beat anybody.
Mike was the name he was the name in the 90s, but he wasn't the fighter. You see what I'm saying?
You say he wasn't a fighter.
Okay. Who did Mike beat in the 90s?
You about to say some more? You about to say some more tomato cans? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. No. Raise it
right. And again, we just talking ring resume. We just talking
go ahead. Resume. Go ahead. Sam.
Who he beat in the 90s?
Razor Ruddy.
And who else?
Okay. Who else?
Bruce Seldon.
Yeah. Frank Bruno.
Keep going. Frank Bruno. Right.
Peter
Keep these bucks out there.
Right.
Who? Did you say Peter Manelli?
Yeah.
Who did he lose to in the 90s?
Legends. He gonna say legends.
Right. All right. So
Lennox and Holyfield twice. He lost to
Buster Douglas. Douglas.
Okay, those are the legends he lost to. What legends did he beat in the 90s?
Oh, that's another question. I'll wait.
I'm ready.
I can't name one.
He beat no legends in the 90s?
No, I can't name one. I can't name one.
What'd you say, Life?
No, he didn't beat any legends in the 90s, but he did lose to a legend in the 90s by the name of Buster Douglas.
Fact.
And Evander Holyfield.
And
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this kid.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
No, see, it's a discrepancy on that.
Okay, go ahead.
He didn't just lose to those people once. He lost to them like twice. Like it wasn't even like
right.
In the rematch. Only he lost twice Holyfield. He lost to him twice.
Well, I think the loss to Lennox was even worse because he was holding that baby and he was trying to wipe that blood off his face and stuff.
He was that.
Yeah, it's looking terrible. Dog.
Mike was ready to eat people in there.
Exactly. Yeah, you were just a killer, and then he humbled you with that right. He humbled you with that right hand, and now you want to wipe that blood off.
I want to bite him.
Yeah, no, I want to bite him. I love him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean right. he was getting older there, and he was getting older, and he wasn't again. He was getting older. And when you get older and you don't train,
then why are you taking away from Larry Holmes in 1988 losing?
Exactly. So disrespectful. Exactly. No. You told me you can't use that.
No.
Okay. You did say we can't use that.
My bad.
He said Tyson is older at 32 years old. Not 38. At 32 years old, Tyson's over the hill, man. He was 31.
No. Hear me out for a second.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
30. Okay, that's still kind of young, but when you add the elements with it, with the getting high, doing stupid shit, and all that stuff.
Bobby Brown, blame Bobby Brown. Blame Bobby Brown.
It's Bobby Brown's fault. It's Bobby Brown.
No. Is it his fault? Yeah.
It's Bobby Brown's fault. Yeah, it's Bobby Brown's fault.
Yeah, Bobby Brown can handle his stuff because that Japan concert is one of the greatest live videos.
It is, though. Real spit. Real spit.
But never can handle his stuff.
Yeah.
Mike can handle it.
Mike can handle it.
No, I'm just saying, when you 32, whatever his age, then you add the drugs with it. Then you add the entourage. Then you add the clubbing. Then you add all those things.
All that sounds like
come with a price.
That sounds like personal problems. It don't sound like shit you can carry into the ring.
And it does.
Romello.
And Tyson's not like the smartest guy who made the best decisions.
This is for all heavyweight champions. They all get this. They all get this is what heavyweight champion means. You the man.
I know that. I know that.
You want us to feel pity because you're the man and you can't handle being the man?
Right.
I mean,
it's too much. He's the man. I mean, you knew he was the man. He was getting millions.
And y'all know his circumstances too.
We know his circumstances. It's everybody. Larry Holmes got seventh grade education.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
He does. No, listen, I'm just saying, I'm not. Look,
the whole boxing sport, the boxing sport is not made up of scholars, Eve. They are all made up of people from the hard knocks, people who have absolutely nothing. They only can use these. Yeah. So everybody is like that. All of them. Everybody.
All of them.
But I'm just saying,
it's very rare to get a Sugar Ray Leonard or Muhammad Ali or even these kind of articulate people to be a boxer. Yeah, it's very rare. That's not how it usually be.
Look, okay.
We can't use that. We can't use that.
No, I could definitely use it. If you look, Tyson was poor. He was a felon at his age, and he was just totally lost, right? Yeah. Larry Holmes, he dropped out in the 7th grade and all that, and he started working. He's more of a blue collar.
No, he's not.
Right?
No, he's not.
So Tyson didn't even know he had
these. No, he's not.
What?
And no, it's not. Larry Holmes selling weed, and he got 7th grade education. And even, like I said, all fighters got the same story. Riddick Bowe is from the same neighborhood as Mike Tyson, Brownsville, New York. He said he was almost got to beat his ass when they was young because he was taking people's coats.
Facts.
From Brownsville, New York. He know Mike, for sure. They from the same area.
Facts.
What? And you don't think that you don't see the problem in those circumstances?
It's the same for every fighter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody's
okay. And I'm saying with a person like that, with that mindset, mentality, when you think like that, and when you get a pile full of money, you probably never seen $100 in them circumstances, but you see 500 million, you act all crazy, then you get blowed. He was getting blowed when he was young too, and you can do anything you want to fucking do. That's what I'm trying to say. And Mike Tyson, not the smartest guy who made the best decisions. He needs a better team around him.
Romello, say something you just said. Romello, when he was 19, when he was 15 and getting high and stuff like that, by 19, he was still knocking guys out. So the whole high aspect, all these, he was able to handle, my point for saying that is he was able to handle those conditions at some point in his life and still become who he became. So because each fighter is fighting under, if not that specific condition, another condition or a worse condition, we got to take conditions out. And part of being on that list is how you able to handle those conditions and what you able to overcome in order to become the champion. You see what I'm saying? Like,
he had a team. He had a team. He had the custom mondo. He had structure. That's what I mean. Yeah, he had structure and stuff like that. He did. He didn't get high as much and stuff like that. He had structure. But then custom mondo transition. Then his other guy, what's the other guy that transitioned that was important to him? What's the other guy name who was with custom mondo? Huh?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know you're talking about, but I'm trying to think of his name though.
Bill Cadence.
Yeah. No, it was something like that.
It was something like that though, Walt. It was something like that.
It was Jimmy.
It's two of them. Jimmy. It's two of them.
Jimmy something. I forgot.
But okay. What I'm saying is, are you saying all this to say this is why he lost to Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis and stuff in the 90s?
I'm about to get. Let me finish. Let me add.
Man,
well, trim the fat.
No, when you add to that, when you add to that, then he was wild and crazy. You know what I'm saying? Biting people ear laws and all that stuff. Like I said, he just didn't have no structure. He had nothing. He didn't dedicate himself to training, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying feel pity, feel sorry for him. I'm just saying the case. And I kind of understand where he's coming from. When you lose all that stuff and the main attraction is you, that pressure is big. It's a big candle to hold. It is. So it's a big candle to hold for him.
I don't think that's why he lost.
I'm trying to get to the point. It's the reason why he lost.
They can't take away from your mental. They can't take away from your dedication. They can't take away from them stuff.
So don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring then. Don't get in the ring.
He ain't got no choice. What else he gonna do?
If you're not mentally there, if you got all this other stuff going on, you got that violin playing, don't step in the square circle.
No, he ain't got no choice. He don't have a choice.
Okay.
He don't have a choice. What else he gonna do? He ain't got no choice.
The first fight with Evander Holyfield, was he in shape?
Yes.
Was he ready to go?
Somebody knocked out?
Was he mentally ready? Like the first fight?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
You don't think he was mentally ready? I thought he was mentally. It was a good fight. Yes. It was a good fight to later rounds, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad fight. He was fighting how you fight, right?
Yeah. I mean, looking for the big punch. I got you. Looking for the knockout. Yeah.
Right.
He lost. Yeah.
So he couldn't hurt Evander, and then Evander ate him up like in the end, right?
Right.
When Evander hit him with the big punch, he can't take the punch.
No.
We found that out then.
Right. We found that out, right?
Yeah.
No, after we found that out, against Buster Douglas.
Like if no, because with the Buster Douglas, I'll take more.
He knocked him to the dirt. Yeah.
I'll take more of what you're trying to say with Buster Douglas than I will with Evander Holyfield, because by Evander Holyfield, he had Buster Douglas already. You see what I'm saying? He had been through it versus been locked up. He done been through this shit. You done had to pay consequences for not doing that shit. So by the time he got to Evander, you should be the truth. That's supposed to be the prime. He's supposed to be the prime in the first Evander fight.
And again, that goes back to my point. Again, he didn't have a strong team. He didn't have a strong team. Like the Ali's, he blessed with Angela Dundee with his team. Sugar Ray Leonard was blessed with the same team. He didn't have a good team. Like his team was his homeboys. A lot of yes men.
I don't think he's gonna be Evander anyway. Whatever team he got, because his style has changed. Like you said, he's looking for that right hand. You definitely can't win when you're looking for that right hand only, or Right. Well, it's like living and die by the right hand. If you get him, you got a chance. If you don't, you're out of there. Like basically.
Right. But like I said,
that wasn't gonna work against Evander. That wasn't gonna work against Evander anyway.
It wasn't. Absolutely, it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't. But I'm just saying, I don't even know who his trainer was in the 90s. It's that bad. I don't even know who his trainer is. Can y'all let me on that one?
Before we sign off, DJ Life, how long before we get that masterpiece of a video before you put that together? I'm really, really excited about that video.
Well, Carl Williams Jr. and Walt Dollar may not like my findings here.
Okay, what we got?
We got Mike Tyson giving a lot of guys their first losses. Like Michael Spinks was 35-0 before he fought. He was 31-0 before he fought Mike Tyson. Tyrell
Biggs
was 15-0 before he fought Mike Tyson. Pinklon Thomas was 29-1 before he fought Mike Tyson.
Oh, that's his boy. Pinklon Thomas, that's his boy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So far, Tony Tucker was 35-0 before he fought Mike Tyson.
Go ahead.
Y'all got knocked out.
And those are all true. Pinklon Thomas is definitely an S heroin addict. before he fought Mike Tyson. He's from Pontiac, Michigan for sure. Tyron Biggs never won another fight after he fought Mike Tyson, and he definitely was on drugs as well. Wait, why are you so far away from the camera? Romello, we talk about the people he named. We talk about the people he just named. He is definitely right, and he's definitely true. But check to see if Pinklon Thomas was the heroin addict.
Yes, he
before
was.
he fought Mike Tyson. Right, you know that exactly. Before he fought Mike Tyson, and Tyron Biggs the same thing. Right.
Yeah.
That nigga, right. And you said Michael Spinks. I told you how I feel about Michael Spinks. I think he's really a lightweight. He's not even a heavyweight.
Michael Spinks, that was his last fight ever against Mike Tyson.
But he had that knee pad on. Did Michael Spinks have a knee pad on?
Yep. And Larry Holmes lost to Michael Spinks 2 times in a row before
both by decision. Both by decision.
Before he got knocked out by Mike Tyson in the 4th round.
Yeah. But
so Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes got knocked out for the first time by Mike Tyson.
That's true. That's true. And we just talked about, we told you behind the story on that. And speaking of Michael Spinks, he might be the only boxer I ever seen that had a knee pad on when he was fighting. And I think I got to be
like James Kareem and James Worthy.
He had New Balances when he was fighting, man. You got come on, man. I think he had.
That's something. He had a knee pad. Beat Larry Holmes twice and then got knocked out by Mike Tyson.
He won by decision both times, and they was very, very faulty decisions. It was the IBF, and
and Larry Holmes and Michael Spinks started boxing professionally at the same time.
Michael Spinks,
73.
Michael Spinks was the champion of IBF, and IBF was on trial for racketeering and paying for spots for the top 10. So the IBF. Oh, that's who champion that was with Tyson. I mean with Michael Spinks. And Michael Spinks had on that knee pad.
Yeah. It's interesting. This whole thing is real interesting. Like
I agree though. I agree. Very. But we should definitely go into more. But and some of the fights wasn't even in 1985, especially the Tyron Biggs, I know for sure, and Pinklon Thomas. Hey, but when you go to just for 1985, only do 1985 and those opponents.
So we're going 19
years old.
We're gonna do the story of 1985.
Mike Tyson. Yes.
So
19 years old.
So
yes.
Mike Tyson, 1985.
Yes.
Review. 15 to that's a lot of
19.
Fights.
Yeah, it's a lot of fights. It is. You know that.
That's a lot of fights. That is 15 fights from March 6th. From March 6th. That's less than 12 months. If you want to do the whole year from March 6th of 85 to
March 86
to March 86, we got 20 fights.
He was fighting like every 3 weeks though, like sometimes like every 3-4 weeks.
But
it was
and you about to see the competition and the names that he gonna tell us who he fought to get to the ranks and they records.
I mean, it's a real interesting playbook by his management team to do something.
It is.
I'm just saying. So you saying when Ali was 18 years old, got the Olympics and all that, did he fight tomato cans? Yes or no?
You said when he went to the Olympics?
After he turned pro and all that, did he fight tomato cans? Like you're saying that Tyson fought in 85.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen to what I'm saying. All fighters fight tomato cans coming up. All fighters. Okay. I'm saying the level of his particular tomato cans is horrible because their records were horrible. That's what I'm saying. When we're gonna look at his record, we can go by everybody's based off their record who they fought. You want to do that?
So
based off the records of the opponents.
So it seems like Mike Tyson was in cahoots with the whole New York scene because he did not leave. They did not leave New York until his 27th fight, which because he was with the Trump thing.
Yeah,
it was all New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, that's his team.
Until
that's Jim.
His 27th fight in 86.
Jim
on my birthday.
Jim Jacobs.
That's his name. That's his name.
Jim Jacobs.
Who died and said that was his other mentor. Said, yeah, Jim Jacobs. That's his name. Yeah, I gotta think. I know his name was Jimmy something. I couldn't think his last name.
Yeah, that's I'm really excited about that video. I want to chime in on that, and
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
We're gonna have some good. We're about to have some good content coming up. I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's incredible content. And why did Mike Tyson never leave New York and New Jersey?
Because of his team.
Yeah,
and you about to go into those opponents. You about to see why he didn't leave New York. They was trying to get him to the top 10 as fast as possible. So they was trying to get. I mean, I'm not saying it's a brilliant plan. It's a brilliant plan, but in terms of legacy, it is what it is. Like you know.
Yeah, and they beat his first title defense was against Trevor Berbick.
Trevor Berbick,
who first got a title, a vacated title. So his
Thomas.
Yeah, his first title that he got was vacated. To him, he didn't like.
Trevor Berbick didn't win
stuff like that.
He didn't win it. He won like a tournament or some shit. He won like a little tournament.
It's just, I mean, like I said, I like Mike Tyson. I think he's a legend. You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You might think he's a legend, but you don't like him. No, you don't.
I do like him, man. I mean, I just think in terms of the greatest and in terms of the best, it's a lot of, it's the reasons you can't really rank him up there. Like it's reasons you can in terms of his popularity and what he did to the sport. I'll give you that. I always think that that's true. But then it's like, the big fights and stuff, and then your competition.
Yeah, it seems like after he got the title, though, that's when he started knocking those undefeated people out.
From
go. Like no, he go to second list.
And these people were going the distance though with people like these undefeated people were going.
Like what? Carter Truth Williams and all that shit.
I mean, you know the names: Mitch Green, Carter Truth Williams, Pinklin Thomas, S. Harold Addict, Tyron Biggs.
That's your man, ain't it? You like him, right? Don't you like Pinklin Thomas?
No, come on, man. Pinklin Thomas, bro.
You like, man. Can he beat Pinklin Thomas? You used to say something like Pinklin Thomas all the fucking time. Mike Weaver.
I'm not saying anything about Pinklin Thomas. I'm not a Pinklin Thomas fan at all.
You lie.
I love Pinklin Thomas.
No, you don't love him. You like him. You like him. No, but you said Mike Weaver and Pinklin Thomas. Mike Weaver, Pinklin Thomas. That's all you just say, right?
No.
And you hate Michael Phelps and shit.
I'm not gonna engage into this conversation because I don't even know what this conversation is about. Like, I'm not about to have a conversation about Pinklin Thomas at all.
I'm saying because you like.
I don't want to. I don't want to have a conversation about Pinklin Thomas because it's nothing I got good to say about Pinklin Thomas.
I'm just saying. I'm not. We ain't got to. I'm just saying. Remember, you said you like him.
Okay, yeah. I like Pinklin Thomas. I don't want to talk about Pinklin Thomas at all. Like I'm straight on Pinklin Thomas. You got me. Like Pinklin Thomas. I know who he is. I've seen some of his fights. He is an S. Harold Addict, and DJ Life said Mike Tyson gave his first loss for sure. Put that L on his record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he put a lot of people get their first L's, but I haven't really dove that deep into those other 20 fights in New York, though. Those are fights I haven't dived into.
Have any of you guys seen any other Pinklin Thomas fights?
I only watched off Mike Weaver.
What about you, DJ Life? You ever seen a Pinklin Thomas fight?
No, he would be a good person to really talk about because he was giving people the business early on in his career.
In 84, when he was on CBS. That's what I did say that. That's what I said. He was on CBS in the early 80s.
Yeah.
He definitely beat Tim Witherspoon, I believe.
Tim Witherspoon.
Yeah. And he beat he had a couple good fights. Mike Weaver, yeah, took care of him. Mike Hercules Weaver. But yeah, man, I'm interested. I don't even know all the names of 85 for sure. The people he fought, I just seen a lot of them. But I'm really interested. I'm really interested if he can get all the names and get their records.
I mean, in a way, it's a lot of guts. I mean, maybe they did a lot of. I mean, maybe this is crazy. Like, was Mike Tyson team analytics before analytics? Did they understand that the psychological analytic, breaking down the analytics of the fighters before, baseball or something like that?
I think all trainers, I mean, because they said Joe Louis used to fight the bum of the month. So, I mean, I think when you handpicking your opponents, I mean, Floyd handpick his opponents right now. I mean, he fight them when he need to fight them. Yeah,
I would do the same thing. I've been to fights where obviously the promoter put on a fight for their fighter. They put all these other fights before this fighter, and they got their main fighter there, and you can obviously see this fighter is outclassed by this other fighter. And,
they're trying to make him get knocked in the dirt. I got it. I mean, it wasn't somewhat even the point of him just winning. He needed to knock him out as well. Like, they needed to show that he's knocking these guys out. So
the first time he got past the fourth. Jesse Ferguson took him to 6. And
Jesse, the boogeyman Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson. Yeah, I forgot about him.
He's a bum.
I forgot about him, though. I forgot.
He took him. Jesse Ferguson got the fight because he beat Ray Mercer.
Yeah,
and Ray Mercer in the middle of the fight because he didn't train, tried to pay the boogeyman.
That's the one he was crying on.
No, he tried to pay Jesse Ferguson to take a dive so he can get to the next fight, and Jesse Ferguson said no. He won by decision.
Who was the one that was crying? Was that Oliver McCall or Ray Mercer? Who was crying in the ring?
Oliver McCall.
Yeah. I know
Oliver McCall, nothing. Yeah. All right, man. I gotta sign off, man. Y'all, this is a long meeting.
This is a long meeting turn to
yeah.
Can y'all put this on YouTube? This is a good comment.
Yeah, it's going on YouTube right now. I'm not even gonna edit it. We're gonna put it up right now.
Yeah, man,
yeah. All right, fellas.
So, if y'all watching all the way to the end, subscribe to that channel.
Subscribe to the channel for sure.
Yeah, subscribe to that channel. Hit the like button.
All right. See y'all later. Peace.
Peace.